Go get the Beastly Bodybuilding ebook in the description right now, my man. Yo, what's good? It's King Kai. In today's video, we're going to talk about how to reduce symptoms of anxiety and mild depression. Alright, so I want you guys to understand one thing. I am not a doctor, nor am I a therapist. And if you have some severe depressive symptoms, then you are going to need to see a licensed professional, because I'm just some dumbass in a Demon Slayer jacket, right? But who am I to tell you what to do to reduce your depressive symptoms? I'm the guy who used to hate himself. Like, I'm not anyone super special, but I used to hate the very skin I lived in. But then after employing some things that I'm going to tell you guys right now, I really learned to like myself, and I learned to like my own life. And I'm a lot more invigorated by just existing than I've ever been in my life, okay? So, the first things first is going to be waking up and going to sleep at a reasonable time. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because you need sleep to function, my guy. Like, the reason a lot of people who are depressed are severely sleep deprived. You need sleep to do anything. And like, it's not healthy to go to sleep at 2 in the morning and wake up at 6. It's just not. It's also not healthy to go to sleep at 2 in the morning and wake up at 10. You think you're getting 8 hours of sleep, but you're really getting like maybe 7, 6, because you're gonna wake up a few times throughout the night. You need to get like a reasonable amount of sleep, and you don't want to wake up when the sun is already on its way down. Does that make sense? But if you go to sleep early, I'd say like at max 10 p.m., and you wake up at around maybe 6 or 7, the day is started and the day is ready for you to take it on by the horns, okay? And that's going to lead on to the point number 2, is making up your bed. Now, this is not anything super crazy or groundbreaking. When you have depression and anxiety symptoms, it is very, very difficult for you to do anything. I understand how that feels. When I was feeling depressed, I would sit in that bed right there, and it'll be completely messy, and I did not want to get up. But when you make the small push to do something, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Making up your bed reassures you that you can actually do something with your day. A lot of people feel like they have no power over anything, but obviously, also, the bed is a big thing in any room, like any bedroom, right? It's the biggest thing. It's the first thing you see when you walk in. So when it's all cleaned up, it's all fixed up, you woke up and you did something today, right? So you can pat yourself on the back with that. And also, it makes a room look nicer. If your room is messy, your brain is messy. Period. A person who is mentally healthy is not going to live in a dump. It doesn't work like that. But the clean room starts with your bed. Okay? So wake up in the morning at a reasonable time, and then start making up your bed so you feel more accomplished when the day starts. Let's say you don't do anything else. At least you made your bed today, and at least you can go to sleep in a clean bed. You don't have to get in some filth. Like, I know some guys like to have cords and stuff. They have like their cords, sheets all over the place, clothes piling up, crumbs, and that's who wants to go. I don't want to go to sleep in that personally. So the third one is going to be engaging in some kind of physical activity. Now, this doesn't have to just be lifting weights. When I started lifting weights for me, then I started to feel different, because I don't know if you guys know about this. Physical activity releases endorphins, which is a well-being hormone that's released in your body when you exercise. So you're literally supposed to be exercising. Like, you're designed to feel good once you do that. That makes sense? Does someone just, yo, hold on, give me a few seconds. Sorry about that, I had to mute the Discord. But when you're doing any kind of physical activity, your body's releasing endorphins, and it's making you feel good about yourself. And when you do this on a consistent basis, then you start to just feel better overall. And now we're slowly building ourselves and digging ourselves out of this depressive hole that we got into. That makes sense? Now, the fourth one is going to be reducing your time in front of electronics, and then spending some time out in nature. There have literally been studies that say being outside has led to feeling better and more mentally clear. So if you go outside and you just like sit under a tree or something like that, and you don't have your phone in front of you, you are able to see the world for what it is, and you're not so consumed by what you see online. See, a lot of guys who are depressed and have anxiety, let's say that a lot of anxious symptoms are from some kind of traumatic event in their past, right? But let's say it's just guys who just sit inside all day. All they see is just like negativity. All they see is like red pillars talking about women are whores, black pillars talking about life ain't nothing. Like, let's see other guys talking about like shootings and stuff like that. That is not a very positive way to fill up your brain. But if you go outside and you just like see the birds chirping, you see families like having picnics and stuff like that with each other, you're just like, damn, the world is a beautiful place. Just like simple stuff like that, and you'll feel a lot better, I promise you. So take some time away from the phone, maybe like an hour or so, and then just go outside and go for a walk. I'm telling you, it makes a world of difference. Now, the next one is going to be practicing mindfulness, also known as meditation. People talk about this a million times. But the reason why mindfulness is so important is because it brings you back to the present moment and you're not so focused on what was or what will be. And that's very, very important. When I was a lot younger, my teenage life wasn't really anything special, right? So I looked towards the future instead. I lived in the future. I said, okay, when I'm this age, I'll be this. When I'm doing this age, I'll be this. And this time, I'll be this. But I never focused on today, ever. I thought I was special for focusing on the future instead of the past, because everyone else was saying they were like hoping for the glory days, but my situation was just as bad. When you are so focused on one side, you cannot focus on the present and making today count. Carpe diem, make the most of the day. But most people can't do that. They're so focused on what they were, or they're so focused on what can be, but they never understand, like, hey, like, I have this, I'm so grateful for what I have today. And meditation will help you strengthen that mindfulness muscle by just focusing on your breath, and that's teaching you to focus on things that are happening in this very, very moment, okay? So I highly suggest that you put meditation into your daily routine, and then it'll make you feel not as anxious. And you won't feel as like scared about what can happen. You're only focused on what is happening. And then the last one is gonna be learning a trade or a skill. Like I'm gonna preach this for the rest until I die, bro. Until my last video on this channel, I'm gonna preach learning a trade or a skill. Because when you have something that you can call your own, when you have something that you can say, I know how to do this and I can get paid for it, that's a huge confidence booster. When I got my real estate license and my personal training certification, I felt like, dang, I don't have to be stuck at a job I hate anymore. Does that make sense? I actually feel a lot better about myself because I learned some things that I can help other people too. Like with personal training, and I also recently got my corrective exercise specialist placard or whatever it's called. I recently got it in the mail, so I can help people even more. That makes sense? It just feels good to be able to help others, and it feels good to know that I can get paid for it. You can fire me if you want to, but I can go somewhere else. I have this skill for the rest of my life. And also, when you're in the midst of learning it, it gives you some kind of thing to go after. Like it's really hard to live when you don't have any goals. At least as a man. I don't know about women, but as a man, if you don't have any goals, then you are definitely wasting your life. I think you need something to work towards, and the trader skill is like a temporary thing to work towards, and then it builds on top of that. It builds more and more and more. So like go on. Actually, I provide Skillshare for free, so if you go in the description, you can get a month of Skillshare for free, no charge to you, and you can start learning skills and trades and whatnot. Like you can start this today. There's no excuses here. Okay? So, this is what I think is going to help you a lot with the mild depression and anxiety. Again, if you need some kind of serious help, then go see a professional. But I'm just saying what helped me, okay? Waking up at a reasonable time, making my bed, physical activity, like taking some time away from my phone, learning a trade or skill, and practicing meditation. It's helped me tons. If you have any other suggestions, please put them in the comment section, because everyone can use this kind of information, okay? This is your Sensei King Kai. I appreciate you guys watching. Join my Discord server in the description and subscribe to my channel, alright? Deuces.